Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Got a question in, thought it was pretty darn good. The gentleman's asking me, Antonio, I want to go with this blue sports jacket. It is a true blue, a little bit brighter than navies or any of the other colors out there that you're recommending in the core wardrobe. Is this an item that I can wear and I'm going to get a lot of miles out of? Or should I go with something that's more traditional, perhaps in the navy, darker blue? So this is the question I'm going to answer, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information about understanding hues, tints, shades, and so I'm going to use some technical terms. I'm going to support this with an article over at Real Men, Real Style, where I'm going to go into more detail. And so before we get into this, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way these videos come right to you and you don't miss any of them. In addition, if you like this, if you find it useful, appreciate the like. And if you go down into the comments, you've got questions, you've got something to add. Guys, you know, I love your comments. I love it when you go in there and you add to the video. You give really thoughtful comments, which help enhance the video and improve the community that we've got here at Real Men, Real Style. Okay, so the question that came in is, Antonio, is this color of blue versatile enough to be worn in multiple ways like the more traditional navy blue? I'm not sure if it should be my first purchase, or should I go with a traditional navy? So the jacket that he's talking about is very similar in color to this jacket right here. We're talking, this is a true blue. It's going to be a brighter blue. And, you know, it is blue. So when I say, sometimes I use the term and I just say blue, you know, get a blue sports jacket. That's going to be interchangeable. But what I mean and what I'm usually referring to is something in navy. And this is a navy, actually suit jacket. I've probably seen me wear this in a couple videos. It's going to be 3 buttons, but the point is the fabric is darker, it's solid, and this is going to be, in my opinion, the jacket that he should start off with. And I'll explain why here in a second, but it's going to help if you guys understand a little bit about what do we mean by colors, when you hear the word hue, when you hear shades, when you hear tints. You know, I've got a few notes right here, but basically the point is that a hue is the same thing as a color. Those terms are interchangeable. And there are 12, well, depends on who you talk to, but there are going to be 12 main colors. And when I say a hue, those are the original, those are the bright colors. So the jacket that we're talking about right here, this is going to be blue, closer to the original hue. And right here, we see how it's pretty bright. Now, so I'm going to throw out a few terms here, and I'm going to explain how we get these various colors. So when I say the word tint, what I mean is we have the original hue and we've added some white to it. So a lot of the colors out there we're going to see are tints. These are often called pastels as well. So if you look at, you know, especially polos, other forms of shirts, we will see them in pastels. So when you see the word tint, when you see the word pastel, understand that it's a hue basically that has had white thrown into it. Now, the next term I'm going to bring up are shades, and that's where navy comes in. So navy is blue in which black has been added to it. Therefore, it is a shade. And so shades are going to be very common in menswear as well. They work well with most of our colors. They're easy to match. Most clothing out there is going to be, in a sense, a form of a shade. And the last point that I'm going to talk about is a tone. Got a jacket that is this one right here. You notice how it's a little bit lighter of blue than the navy. This one has not so much, it has a little bit of white, a little bit of black, so gray added to it. Therefore, it is a tone of the color blue. And does that make sense? I'm going to link over to the article, and I'm going to go in more detail in the article. But understand the word shade basically means that you've added some black to it. The word tone means that we've added some gray to it, and the word tint means that we've added white to a hue. Hue equals color, and to answer the question, I'm going to recommend you go with a navy, or you go with a little bit lighter than, you know, maybe you go with a tone of that navy, so a little bit lighter color than the navy, but don't go with the true blue as your first sports jacket. It's going to be a little bit harder to match. I recommend that sports jacket maybe for a 3rd or 4th sports jacket, but not your first one. All right? Makes sense? Take care, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.